Well, I guess I should be happy that I brought them back together. If I can get them into the light, I might be able to wear them down.
I have many faithful servants, Spider-Man, but I'll especially enjoy seeing you do my bidding. I prefer the dark, don't you?
She's quick. I've got to open the windows just before Morbius strikes.
This is definitely one of the more creative and fun boss fights of the game. Morbius can only be hit while the window is open and pointing at him. He becomes invulnerable again as soon as he leaves the light, even if you just punched him out of the light. Like so. The reason there are two windows is because Morbius' wife Shriek will close the windows very frequently after you open them. She'll also fire at you from far away, which if you decide to open a window at the wrong time, you'll get blasted right before or right after you open it. There's a lot to keep track of here. You have to make sure Morbius doesn't beat the crap out of you. You also have to make him follow you around so that way he'll actually get in the window's light. You have to make sure Shriek isn't boarding up one of the windows that you're trying to lure Morbius into, and you have to make sure that she isn't going to shoot at you before you actually get to open it.
We must exterminate this pest. He stands in the way of our destiny.
Please, my love, end this madness now.
No! Destroy him, Michael!
I've got a bright idea. I just need to shed a little light on the situation.
It's a good thing the fight is so fun because you have to repeat it 4 times. But that does give me plenty of time to talk about Shriek and Morbius. So Shriek's actual motivations are a little bit unclear, but she clearly wanted to have a family of some sort, we know that much. And she was unable to have one for some reason. So when she got these powers, she made that gang, the Waste Tribe, her family. This does not explain why she was running around the city causing havoc, and we're never going to hear an explanation for that, so sorry about that. But you have me here so we can at least theorize about it.
Forcing Morbius to fight is wearing her out. She won't be able to keep it up much longer. Between you and your husband, your family got a double dose in the crazy department.
It's pretty funny hearing Spidey say that while his black suit is screaming at him. Speaking of which, Spidey for some reason said that Shriek's powers are like his suit. And if we're going with that comparison, then it would make sense that Shriek just ran around the city causing chaos because, well, she was crazy. It's not exactly a deep explanation, but that's basically how they wave away anything Shriek does that doesn't fit with the Morbius narrative. Now, putting the Shriek and Morbius narratives so close together, trying to tie them into the main narrative and themes, and also trying to tie the two separate narratives into one, is something that's, well, pretty difficult. Especially when you have half the budget of your next-gen counterpart. So even though the Morbius and Shriek plotline has a lot of obvious issues, I'm sure they tried their best. Especially considering they didn't actually need to make this story fit with the theme of the game, but they did anyway.
I prefer the dark, don't you?
Stop making me do this. He's here to help us. That's why he brought me.
I can't! Not when we're so close.
Seeing Shriek outright abuse Morbius and bend him to her will is kind of depressing, but I think that's the point. You get the sense that even though she loves him, she's long gone. She's not been herself in a while. She's very single-minded, and she sees Spider-Man as the last obstacle to their happiness together. Hence why she said they were so close to achieving their goal. Man, this is a long-ass fight, isn't it?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't redecorate my home. rest now, Michael. I will handle the pest myself.
Where's she going?
I'm right here. Come along. That's a good boy.
What's going on? Normally I like playing games, lady, but Sudoku this ain't.
Peter, help me!
MJ, no!
They're hurting me!
Just a bit farther.
If this is some kind of twisted joke, I'm not laughing.
At last you realize, Spider-Man. You know that you can't always save everyone. Sooner or later, those you love will pay the price for your misguided heroics, or they'll mourn your loss.
What do you know about loss? Don't try to get in my head, lady. What do you know about loss?
I'm only trying to help you.
If you can't even trust your friends, then who are you fighting for?
I hope this hurts you half as much as you've hurt me, Peter.
You're a bum! You're fired!
Her power comes from those meteorites. Maybe my black suit does too.
You're just trying to prove me wrong.
This isn't real. Can't be.
All the people Craven left lying in that sewer. Where were you then?
You're a bum!
I tried to do good too. Look how well that turned out.
You have so much strength. Why not use it freely?
Your parlor tricks won't work on me, lady. Her power comes from those meteorites. Maybe my black suit does too.
You think you're a hero, Peter, but to me, you're just a man who killed my father.
I wanted to be your girlfriend, Peter. Instead, I'm just a target.
You're fired!
Live for yourself. Anything else is futile.
I'm not falling for your tricks.
I always wanted my father's life. Are you prepared to give me his death?
Her power comes from those meteorites. Maybe my black suit does too.
Yes, Peter, I get the hint. You want me to turn on the black suit. I was trying to show the nice folks at home all the dialogue before I started talking.
Ah, that did it. There she is. Time for her to pay.
So they never really explain, like, ever, how Shriek knows who Peter's loved ones are. She obviously has some degree of mind control power because she manipulated both Morbius and those people back with the obelisk.
No more playing nice.
If you can't even trust your friends, then who are you fighting for?
So now you finally see why she's called Shriek. It's because she shrieks at people and it causes a painful sonic eruption.
Peter.
Which is enough to destroy Spider-Man's black suit, which is how he finds out that it's weak to sound in the first place.
I know one.
Well, maybe not destroy it, but it makes it recede a bit. For some reason, the sonic eruption doesn't hurt her, or whatever powers she's using. Even though Peter correctly theorized that the meteorite and whatever is attached to him are cut from the same cloth.
You're a disappointment, Peter.
Anyway, right now we're just dodging around until the timer goes down so we can reactivate our black suit. It's really easy to evade these guys.
How well that turned
And we've already heard all the dialogue, so no need to wait around this time.
So much strength. Why not
Shriek's pattern changes this time around, presumably because she got tired of being punched in the face. She puts up a shield and then creates a shockwave, so we don't usually get to finish a full combo on her. It's very possible to dodge away from the shockwave in time, but jumping out of the way is much easier. In spite of this, you'll not see me jumping very often for some reason. Using the web zip is easily the best way to deal with all of Shriek's attacks, but I actually never use the web zip. Maybe I was just trying to show off or something. Either way, this boss fight is really easy, even if you get hit virtually all the time. So, although Shriek's powers and Spider-Man's black suit are cut from the same cloth, We never really hear an explanation why Shriek can do all this magic stuff and Spider-Man cannot. Maybe whatever this power is responds to the user's personality, but there's no way to know that. Also, this is the third time that Shriek's tried this whole psychological manipulation thing, so Spider-Man's not even trying to listen anymore. I mean, look at him.
You're just trying to prove me wrong.
If you can't even trust your friends, then who are you fighting for?
I hope this hurts you half as much as you've hurt me, Peter.
You're a bum!
I know one night, you just won't make it back home.
Yes, I'm a very terrible person. I need to punch Shriek now. The idea behind this fight is actually pretty cool gameplay-wise, even if, with the story taken into consideration, it makes absolutely no sense.
Michael!
We have to save her.
Well, looks like he'll be fine.
But she hasn't gotten any better.
If my tests are correct, it holds some form of alien entity that infected her.
Just like it did to me. I won't let this thing get the better of us.
What are you going to do?
When I fought her, she used sonic blasts to weaken me. I think that may be a key to understanding this organism.
Be careful, Spider-Man. This thing is very powerful.
Yeah? Well, so am I.